Autobots, transform!
Cube, then haul it back to Cybertron.
Jazz, organize a battle unit. We're going after them. Sideswipe!
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformer fan, and today I'll be reviewing number 15 on my 1984 Hasbro Transformers countdown. It is Autobot Warrior Sideswipe. He is my absolute favorite 1984 car, and my absolute favorite car in the world. I love the Lamborghini Countach. Alright, before I get all mushy over Sideswipe, I want to tell you that he came from a pre-existing toy line. Hasbro actually got the licensing from a company called Takara. Takara had him in a Diaclone toy line. In that toy line, he was on a subgroup called the Car Robots, or Car Robot. And in that toy line, he had a few very interesting and very cool repaints. He was two different versions of a police car, a black and white version with the light bars on top and a black undercover version. Then he even had a very rare yellow repaint that we'll talk about. This is very important to this video. But anyway, in that line, he wasn't sentient, he wasn't living, he was piloted by a little guy. Little guy would get inside just like this guy right here. This is not the guy, but he looks just like it. It's from the same toy line. And he was wearing like a little suit, and he was sort of like Power Ranger style of Voltron Force. You know, they would get in the vehicle, drive it around. When the need arose, they would convert, because I don't think they used Transformers. They would convert into robot form and do battle against the other car robots, the insected monsters, and whatever they had in that toy line, whatever they imagined it to be. Because I do not believe there's any type of cartoon floating around or any material to give us the mythos. But speaking of mythos, Hasbro got it. Wrapped the Cybertronian mythos around it. These guys came in Cybertron. Gone was the little pilot. The robot itself was sentient and can transform into vehicles and to disguise themselves here on Earth, which was very, very clever. So I'm going to get a Sideswipe off the turntable and take a closer look. So here's Sideswipe. The real life car he is based on, obviously, is a Lamborghini Countach, and he looks just like the vehicle. There is no doubt. Excellent car design, molded in details and everything. And let me put him down so we can get the real vehicle right next to him real quick. Man, like I said, that is my favorite car in the world. If I can, and let's flash back to his Diaclone roots real quick. Halfway transform this guy. Open up the canopy, bonnet, whatever it's called in your region and area. And right there, that little cavity just looks like a space. It's actually a seat. Indeed it is. And you would take the little pilot guy. I hope he cooperates with me real quick. Sit him right in that seat. Close it back up, and he is driving the vehicle from the Diaclone toy line. And then when he got in trouble, incoming fire or something, he would transform it into Sideswipe. But there he is right there piloting the vehicle. And bringing the toy a little bit closer, mine has some sticker wear, but you can see the chrome rims, rubber tires. This entire back portion here is die cast. The fin, you can see the difference, is plastic. But all this, which becomes the feet, is metal. Front of the car is plastic. This is a clear plastic, and the red parts here, and the windows are painted red. You can see mine rubbing off. See through it a little bit. Factory applied sticker. I think this is factory applied sticker. I can't remember. Right here, you can see the Lamborghini logo right there, ever so small. Autobot symbols, stickered headlights. And turn them over, you can see his face hanging out right there. So we can see some date stamping on this. I think it's under his head. And we have, it says Takara Co. Ltd. Japan 1980-1982 under there. I don't know if I got that in on camera, but that's what it says in here. I'll pop that back. And this is pretty much, all my reviews are talking about the toys released in 1984, but clearly with the rub sign, this is the 85 release. It's already activating. What you would do is rub it up, to tell the faction, and this guaranteed that you had an authentic Transformer and it was not a knockoff. Underneath, you can see his face hanging out. What you could do, you could actually rotate it around if you wanted to. Slide that out. Put it up here. Then you could slide it back down, and you don't see the head, but you kind of see the hands hanging out and what would be the legs. But it does actually clean up. Well, no, not really, because the waist is hanging out. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It wasn't meant to go like that. Head kind of just hangs out underneath. Still a cool Transformer nonetheless. Like I said, he rolls really great. It's really cool to see the chrome rims spin, which was an excellent touch. They just don't do stuff like that anymore. And the real rubber tires, if you chose to, you could take them off. Every time I do a video, I forget to kind of demonstrate this. They come off, and these things are chrome to cracking and dry rot. So if you got one, you just recently purchased one, you're in the market for one, you want to check for that. And I don't think you actually, if they're good, I don't think you want to pull them off at this point, given the age of the vehicle or the toy. So I have his packaging. We're going to come to that and take a look at it. Look at the artwork on the front. Man, that face, he looks kind of sad, don't he? And here he is looking just like the toy and fairly similar to the cartoon. On top of the box shows a brief transformation. Right here it says Autobot Warriors Sideswipe, Hasbro, ages 5 and up. Included snap-on, weapon, and accessories. Has like a little serial number right there at the bottom of the box. Side of the box, the back of the box has the classic vintage artwork, which looks amazing. Everybody stared at this battle, wonder who was winning and where were some of the other characters at. Still has the robot points intact. You would cut these points out and send them in for mail away offers for different Transformers and other things. I think it was a playset and VHS tapes. You get the VHS tapes too. So we're gonna come and take a look at Sideswipe's his bio. It says function warrior. I don't break the rules, I bend them a lot. Sideswipe is nearly the equal of his twin brother Sunstreaker in the combat art, but less cold-blooded. Relishes a fight to the finish with an opponent. Right after they tell you he's less cold-blooded, they tell you he relishes a fight to the finish. So, yeah. Anyway, uses underhanded tactics when absolutely necessary. Arms act like powerful pile drivers. Flies for up to 2 miles with rocket pack. Fire flares visible for 18 miles. How useless is that? Rash actions often lead to injuries to himself. Takes them all in stride. Then over here, a lot of people get mad when I use the box. I use the box barcode. You know, they have since updated the actual tech spec readout. There are no longer any halves. But if I got the box, I read it off of the box and not from the booklet. It says his strength is a 7. His intelligence is a 7. His speed is a 7. His endurance is yet another 7. His rank is a 5. His courage is a 10. His firepower is a 3. Like, what type of warrior? I mean, like, go get you another gun. His firepower is a 3, and his skill is a 6. So, pretty good numbers, except for that firepower. I mean, he's carrying a shoulder cannon and a gun. Like, I don't think they just threw stuff out there, you know, to make it different than the last guy for his tech spec. Okay, let's take a look at some of the goodies that you can find packaged with this 84/85 version of Hasbro Transformers Sideswipe. Right here you have a booklet. The booklet is done in color with the exact same box art, which was amazing. After 84, they got away from the fully colored booklet. But as you open the booklet, just from right to left, you got to turn it over. It shows you what the set includes. It shows 3 rockets for his rocket launchers, a handgun, and a sticker sheet, and the figure itself. Few transformation slides. Then he's fully transformed. Shows you how to arm the figure and mount the gun. Then it shows you exactly where stickers go. And this is a holdover It's the pre-rub booklet. Even though this is the rub version, they hadn't changed the booklets yet. And this was printed inside of the book later, where it shows you you can find a black square label on your transformer. Rub the label. Watch robot face appear. It is evidence that your robot is a true transformer. And like I say, later on, this will be printed up here instead of the little robot point thing. This will be printed up here in later booklets, but this is probably in the middle of the transition phase. So move that to the side. The decoder I just showed you, read the back of the box, which was awesome back then. Every kid loved that. It comes with, you got 2 decoders. Wow. It comes with a mail away booklet, reinforcements from Cybertron. Take a quick look at that. I show it in every video. Power Dasher, Omnibots, Time Warrior watch, and a little label you can fill out to send away for these with the robot points. Same artwork from the back of the box. Try to keep it rolling real quick. It comes with a catalog from the 1984 Transformers. I'm not going to use that one because I'm going to use the one I check off. This is the catalog. It shows you all the figures you can buy, from Brawn all the way to Optimus Prime, from Rumble all the way to Megatron. In the back of this little booklet has the back of the box artwork. But what we're going to do, I'm going to flip it over, because this is number 15 on our countdown. Going to check off Sideswipe. Blue Streak is up next. So get that out of here. So he came with that booklet, and here is his vintage spent sticker sheet. This is the real deal that came with the figure. This is in better condition than the stickers on the figure, obviously because it was played with. Move that to the side, and here are his weapons. They are a little worse for the wear, a little bit of yellowing. The 3 missiles, the rocket launcher, and the gun for Sideswipe. Let's just get them out. So here we go, and here it is. Like I said, it's a little yellowing on my stuff here. So what we're going to do next, I am going to move the box out of the way, and we're going to get Sideswipe transformed. Very simple transformation, pretty much. We're going to stand this guy up. Bam, and we're done. And we're done. If it was a GoBot, we would be done. Anyway, no hate to the GoBots, no hates. Slot the legs out just like that. Then you pull the arms out to the side on this long little hinge. You push the hood down, that pushes the head, and you can take your finger, push the head all the way through. Complete the transformation of the chest or the hood of the car. Bring the windshield up on this hinge right here. Slot the legs apart. And bring the feet out. Yeah, those are my transformer sound. Move the arms out, give him a little bit of clearance, let you know he has arms and not just the doors. And here is Sideswipe all transformed. Now let's take a closer look at Sideswipe in his robot mode. The stickers have been applied by whoever owned this a long time ago. He has a giant Autobot sticker on his Autobot emblem on his chest. You can see everything that was on the hood. He has a little sticker at his waist, clearly defined little chest, abdomen area, little waist area. Legs look great. The only failing to this figure that bugged me as a kid was the pin that held them together. They could have had it slide out and be separate. I mean, I'm not even gonna go and talk about what they could have did with articulation on a figure like this. I just would have wanted some separation in the legs. And he has some stickers to indicate the kneecaps, and his feet are done in chrome right here. Not too bad looking for an 85 toy. The biggest damage to mine is the sticker wear. And spin them around again. It's the car stood up pretty much. You know, it's a G1 transformer. Sticker over there. Sticker over there. I'm not sure if all these are in the right place. Man, I had this guy as a kid. Absolutely loved this guy. I had maybe like 5 other Autobot cars at the time. He's one of the last ones I got, but when I got him, he was my favorite toy to play with as far as his look, the face. He looked just like the cartoon. He delivered on a box art. He delivered as a toy in both modes, the car mode, robot mode. And again, let's take a look at his face again a little bit better. Looked great. He had everything but the blue eyes. Loved his little head design, everything, the little wheels right here. It was a good figure. And as far as articulation, it's G1, so there is nothing. But we're going to look at it anyway. The arm rotates at the shoulder. Bam, man, we're 50% done. And on this little hinge and screw here, the hand, it has an elbow bend or whatever you have it right there at the forearm elbow. And then the hands don't do anything. The legs don't do anything. And the feet fold up because it is G1. But it was awesome because back then, a toy to transform was freaking mind-blowing. There's nothing now, but the transformation was what you were playing with. And then the accessories. He has this laser rifle. I don't know what it's called. Mine has some yellow on top, which freaking sucks. Put it in his hand. Then it's a little bit chewed up. Whoever had it like nibbled on it or something. See that? So I get it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Put this in his hand. He has his laser rifle. I'm sure it has a name. They even have a booklet probably could tell me the name, but I am not going to do that because I'm not that big of a nerd. I'm like sort of nerdish. And here is his rocket launcher. It goes on. You can put it on either side of the shoulder. Check it out. See if it still launches, which I don't think it does. Take one of his 3 missiles. Put it in here. Well, I don't know. It's trying. It's got a little bit of spring to it. All right, let's fire it away. And no, it's going to blow his feet up. But anyway, it used to launch. It used to fly pretty far. Not as far as the Diaclone release or the Japanese release. When I do these figures, I just assume everybody know the Takara released these in Japan as Transformers. Once Hasbro got the licensing, they sold them in their own market as Transformers as well. So they sold Diaclone versions and Transformer versions. And I never say that in the videos because I assume everybody knows that. But you may not know that. It had a little, as a matter of fact, let me put a picture of the Takara Japanese Transformers box. All right, and there you go. So here is Sideswipe. Now, I do want to talk about, I talked about it in Sunstreaker's video, how these two are actually mixed up when they talk about the powerful pile driver arms. All right, I had to duck out and get Sunstreaker. You would think I would be prepared for these videos by now. But I sit down and I just get started. Because that's why I just like to talk and let it flow. So here's Sunstreaker. And I said in Sunstreaker's video, and you might be tired of it, but I'm going to do it again because somebody might only be a Sideswipe fan. These are the powerful pile driver arms that were mentioned in the video. And the reason why me and most fans believe the two bios were mixed up is because, like I said earlier, we had a Sunstreaker release that was released as a red Lamborghini from Takara, and a Sideswipe release that was released as a yellow Lamborghini amongst other colors. Both of these guys had a police car release, and both of these guys had a red and a yellow release, vice versa or versa versa. And these are the powerful pile driver arms. So the bio that we read for Sideswipe is actually Sunstreaker. So check it out with the pictures I dropped and tell me, what do you think? All right, let me get his twin brother out of here. Photo op later. And before anybody get in on the twins thing, I guess they're like fraternal twins. They're alt mode and they're spark mixed them twins. They were like manifested, created, whatever you want to call it, at the same time. They are twins, according to the canon. My Sideswipe story, this is an involved story. In 1984, beginning 1984, I live in Detroit, and we go to the International Car Show, and I see a Lamborghini Countach for the first time in my life. And they have it roped off, and they won't let anybody sit in it. And I'm just staring at it, and then the guy, the security or the whoever, the guy that not narrates, but he tells you about the car. The man doing the presentation for the vehicle, he just looks at me, and I don't know what happened, but he asked me, did I want to come sit in the car? And I was like, yes. And my father had kind of slid away a little bit looking at something else, so I was kind of a little bit by myself. I want to say I was like 9 years old, and the guy moves the rope and tells me to come, and a whole bunch of people, adults and kids, kind of rush in, and it kind of gets ugly. He makes everybody get back, and I'm like, there goes my chance to sit in this car. And he finds me and brings me to the car and actually let me sit in a Lamborghini Countach. And I told myself, when I grow up, I'm going to get that car. Now I know that probably will never happen. It's not really likely. But I didn't know how much it cost. I just knew it was a beautiful car. I love the way it looks, sleek, stylish. Then I see it in the movie called The Cannonball Run. And I was like, oh, that is the greatest car in the world. Then they put it in the Transformer toy line. And I just thought this was my favorite Autobot car figure to play with as a kid. All around character, they really didn't push his character on the cartoon or the comic books. So I really wasn't in love with his character. I got love for his character, got love for the toy and everything. I love the red. Almost every car I own because of this thing is red. Like I got a red Camaro right now here. So that is my Sideswipe story for you guys. What is yours? Please tell me in the comments below. Did you have this figure? Did you love this figure? Did you always want this figure? Do you own it as an adult? Speaking of owning it as an adult, he has 2 reissues that I know of in this color. He has the Takara book style reissue where he came in a white box in Takara Japan. I think that was before they became Takara Tomy. And then at Toys R Us, no, wait, it was at KB Toys. When Toys R Us was acquiring KB, they took their licenses and put a few of the figures. I think the White Astro Train and Sideswipe wound up at KB Toys before they completely consumed KB Toys. If you didn't know, KB Toys just didn't go out of business. Toys R Us bought them and absorbed them and then killed off all the toy stores and everything and screwed Toys R Us. And oh, you know what? I'm getting off track. So, but he has those 2 reissues. Then he has the exclusives where they reissued the 2 police cars, the black police car and the black and white police cars with the light bars. I actually own those 2. They got a what's it called? E-Hobby reissues. E-Hobby reissues. You know what? Instead of putting a pick in, I'm going to grab those figures and come right back because I am not prepared for this review as usual. Okay, so I'm back. Here are my on the package it says collector's edition. And I believe they're E-Hobby. They do different promos with these reissues, but I believe both of these are E-Hobby. Here's the white police car reissue homage to the Diaclone version. And this guy is not Sideswipe character-wise. It's not. Can't remember exactly who he is. And it says 2003 New Year's special right there. So it came out 2003. And here is the black one. It's clamped down in deep cover. I just remembered that right now. I was going to have to Google it later, but just remembered it. And he's number 91 and he's number 92, and this is deep cover. They both are very slick, very nice, very well done. It's back of the box in case you were wondering. So I'm gonna get these back, get back to Sideswipe. Oh, and before I move these out of the way, the yellow one has a reissue as well. It's called Tiger Track, and it was a little bit higher. I wound up not getting that guy because I felt like I had the mold enough and I couldn't justify it. The reason it was priced higher was not justified to me. I don't know. I think it was a more limited run and a different exclusive wherever it was at. It was different, but I don't remember. But it was like $150 more than these. I think these guys were $75 when they first dropped. And I think the other one was like $225, and it's like, you know, like why? I wish I got it now because it's up even higher, but you know, the decisions we make. All right, I want to give an honorable mention to the G2 Sideswipe. There are actually 2 versions. The commonly known black, red, and white version that people use the head on their G1 Red Alert, like I did. And then there's a prototype that had a minimal production run that some of them got out, so people have it. It's very coveted, very rare, and here's a pic. All right, everybody, you know I love to drop knowledge on you, maybe something you did not know. In the 1986 Transformers animated movie, Sideswipe was listed among the casualties in the movie, even though we're not told much about his death. But what we do know, this Sideswipe, Red Alert, Smokescreen, Trax, and Ultra Magnus off-screen take down Devastator. When we see the fight of Megatron come to its conclusion and the Constructicons are separated, is because these guys banded together and actually separated Devastator. Because if you watch the movie, he's just Devastator, then he's not Devastator, and it just didn't get animated. It was like drawn in pencil. They kind of show Magnus roll in and these guys mount Magnus, and these guys come off, transform, and they all hit Devastator with all they got, and Devastator actually falls apart. So if you didn't know, now you know. All right, everybody, this is the part in the video where we size them up and we run them down. Here's Sideswipe next to his twin brother Sunstreaker. Here's Sideswipe next to fellow sports car Autobot Trax. Security Chief Red Alert. Autobot Commander Optimus Prime. Decepticon Thundercracker. And here he is next to Purple Snaptrap. Wait, what? And last but not least, Takara Tomy's masterpiece Sideswipe. So yeah, I think that's all I got. I want to give you some buying tips when you look for this guy. Obviously, you want to always look for chromeware. You don't want a really worn out chrome worn figure. You want to check for sticker wear. A lot of these figures over the years, kids misplace them. They depending on what age a kid had them, they survived. The stickers wasn't in the right place. But places like Repro Labels will take care of that for you. They're Toy Hacks now. Toy Hacks. I keep forgetting Toy Hacks now. And chipping to the die cast end. Literally, he stands on the back of the car. Mine's pretty good in that aspect. I think there's a little chip right there. But you want to look for chipping, the sticker wear, and paint wear to like where they painted over, sprayed over the clear plastic, scratches to the windshield, dry rot and cracking to the tires, chrome wear, and you want to make sure you got all of his accessories, shoulder mounted rocket launcher, photon rifle is the name of this gun. Ha! It just came out by accident. And 3 missiles is the completed toy. And then if you want to get even more complete, that's when you go into like the catalog, the instruction booklet, the decoder, and maybe even the box if you want to go that far. So that's all I got on Hasbro's 1984 Sideswipe action figure transformer. And you've just watched a review where every toy has a story. Please leave your story and comment below. Thank you.
Autobots, transform!